Good morning and happy Friday!
Good morning, Melbourne.
Oh,
hello.
What an office
boys.
this morning.
It's
I know.
magnificent,
I
isn't
could
it?
get used to this. We are live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round with pretty much half of Melbourne descending on this fine city.
Oh, my goodness me. It is full of people from Melbourne, Adelaide. The airport was
the
hectic
airport.
leaving Melbourne. The airport, can I say, arriving in Adelaide yesterday was such a vibe. There was like marching bands.
Yeah, they had a band.
There was a band.
We don't have a band in Melbourne.
No. I wonder if that's always there. Is it a gather round band?
I'm guessing it's a Gather Round thing.
I feel like Adelaide should always have a band.
And then walking around this fine city last night, to the football, from the football. What a vibe.
People everywhere. Gather Round is awesome. It's going to be a fun little afternoon for us, a fun day, but we are sitting at Adelaide
paint a picture for
Oval, where we're sort of like level one with not a single soul behind us on this beautiful oval.
We're behind the
Smell
goals,
that.
Aussie.
Right
Smell
behind
that.
the goals.
It smells like...
That's victory still in the air from last night.
I thought
for
it was
the Cats.
beer.
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
It's a bit of both, really.
Jeez.
What a game last
I
night.
know, but there were
Fantastic.
far more Adelaide supporters than Cats supporters at the ground last night. But gee, the Cats
Some
fans were
interesting
up and about,
types we
weren't
ran
they?
into, Lauren,
Yeah,
because
we
you and I
did.
came along. We'll talk about it a bit later, but
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
I thought I still
But-
had it last night. I was on the mean streets of Adelaide, and these two girls were out. Obviously,
Where
just
were you? Girls
party mode.
on the street?
We came to the footy. What did you do? Go and hang out with some girls on the street?
No, I was walking to the pub to meet Brody and the team, and these girls were like, "Hey," and I thought, "Still got it." And then they go, "You have a good evening, sir." And I'm like, "Oh God, I'm not a sir. Sir makes me sound so old."
What made
What
you
sort
think
of service
you
were you?
still had it?
Just people spoke to me.
Someone
Girls
said
spoke
hello.
to me.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Lauren, I'm pretty happy with that. Hey, we got a lot of guests joining us this morning
We
as
sure
well.
do. We've got Jack Rewalt coming up shortly, talking about the Mighty Tigers. Friend of the show, Tom Hawkins, Beck Maddens. Oh, my God.
What?
Can you imagine how excited she's going to be?
She's going to be
After
over
last
the
night?
she
She's
will be
got back-to-back wins for the Cats and a big
God.
one here in Adelaide.
Hey,
Amazing.
Is Tom here working? Emma's let him
Tom
come down here.
Hawkins?
Yeah.
Yes, he was working last night. I think
He
he was
was
hosting a
working a room.
function last night.
Oh,
and I
right.
think he's doing commentary for one of the games or
Yeah, I think
special
he's on
comments or
Fox.
some
Right.
such thing. One of those things that
yeah, right.
footballers do when they retire. Talk about football more on television somewhere.
We've also got a Melbourne Premiership player here.
Oh.
Alex Neil-Bullen is going to join us. He played last night for the Crows.
Ah.
He's given Melbourne the arse, and he's now a Crow, but was on the
I tried-
losing side last night, unfortunately.
Oh, I went to the merch shop last night.
Oh,
to try
how
and
was the
buy his
merch
badge.
shop?
Oh, well, I'll tell you about that in a bit. I actually went to buy you something and then was
Me?
like...
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to give me a
It
present.
screams you.
It's great. I took a photo of it.
It's not one of those hats with the coloured wig coming out.
I mean,
No.
there was one of those.
No,
Yeah.
but it's not dissimilar, to be perfectly honest. The Adelaideans have gone mad on the merch for Gather
All right,
Round.
we'll cover that a little bit later on. And we've
Beautiful weather in Melbourne as well for the weekend.
got
by the
Lady
way.
Gaga tickets up for grabs. Gaga's coming Melbourne. Early December she's going to be playing. And today when you hear Lady Gaga, give us a ring and win. It is that easy. Let's get into it. Ed Sheeran to kick things off. Welcome to your Friday morning. It is Gather Round, and we are live from Adelaide Oval. You're on the air with Jason, Lauren, Clint's here as well. You're listening to Nova 100. Good morning, Melbourne. We are live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round. Our show...
Jeez, look at that grass.
I know, our show and the rest of Melbourne has descended on Adelaide this weekend. The airport was hooving.
Well, the airport. Look, I love going to the airport. I get a sense of thrill and adventure whenever I'm on the way to Tullamarine, where I think you're a bit the same, Clint. Where
Yeah.
Jace, it's your worst nightmare.
Not all parts of it. I quite like the food
did you
court in
enjoy your
T4.
experience?
The
yesterday.
carry-on.
I
The carry-on was...
Well,
I think whoever said, guys, we're boarding, we need to go, I think we left the lounge too early. I think we could have stayed.
you never
stuck
want to
in.
leave the lounge too early.
Yeah,
No.
I was like, guys, they haven't paged names yet. They haven't said
No.
like your flights are
Oh,
waiting.
no, you don't want to be
departure.
that guy. You know, there's a fine line between leaving too early and being that guy that gets paid. But we did go to the airport. We've got a bunch of listeners here with us. Well, they're not here with us right now. They're actually enjoying their sleep in. But that
Must
was
be
cool.
nice.
Got to meet lots of our listeners who we'll be catching up with a little later today. Clint and I walked onto the plane thinking, where are we sitting? Three of us in a row, like three little ducks. Who got the middle seat?
Did you tell Lauren
The
what?
child got the middle seat.
Classic middle child.
Did you
Clint
tell?
Stanaway.
Did you tell Lauren what you did in the lounge?
What did I do in the lounge?
When you-
Oh, my goodness gracious, Lauren.
What did you do in the lounge?
I just thought I'd show some initiative and I'd start introducing myself to our beautiful listeners.
Yes.
This is great.
You
This is so
know,
good.
met a couple here, a couple there, a couple of boys over here, and then I went, I'll go and speak to old mate and his mate sitting over here. They look like they're having a great time, sipping on a beer.
Yeah.
Oh, they weren't with us, were they?
What did you say?
What did you
I
say?
said, g'day, welcome along. Good to have a trip on Nova and the AFL.
They probably thought, what's this bloke on Channel 9? He's working the room now. Bloody...
He was working the
Embarrassing.
room last night. We came to the footy last night, to the Cats Adelaide game, and he just kept saying, "Are we all gathering around?
We're
gathering around." He just kept saying it. Come on, gather round, everyone.
Can I do a shout out to the hosties as well on the flight last night? We were those people, but they looked after us. They were great. I got someone's handbag caught in the wheel of the trolley.
What
Your
trolley?
handbag?
No, didn't you see what happened?
Yes, I was the scene.
No, but the trolley did stay next to you for a
stalled.
long time.
The drinks trolley
It
got
stalled.
caught on a bag. I accidentally kicked like a handbag out into the, and then it was caught on the wheel.
Oh,
and-
but you got to keep the
Caused a
aisles and
scene
exits
midair.
clear.
Oh, I caused a scene. I was like, oh god,
my
it's going to turn into one of those
gosh.
bloody.
You also got denied service for another drink because they said it was responsible service of alcohol. Sorry, sir,
Yeah,
we
what did
can't
you
serve
do?
you another
No,
drink.
that was all of us. Thank you. That wasn't just me.
And they also said
you
to
ruined
you,
it for us.
"Are you
That's
drinking
why.
and taking tablet? You're taking a
had a
Panadol when they
headache.
offered you a gin and tonic."
Yeah.
And she said, "Are you drinking
You're
and taking
banned.
tablets at the same time? Are you going to be What did she say? You're going to be tabletop dancing on this flight soon, sir?" And I said, "Have you seen the size of him and the size of the tray tables? Because that is not logistically possible."
Yeah, Lauren literally looked at it and went, Dale, the tray table will break long before he can dance on it.
And then she wouldn't serve you another G&T. Responsible service. Well done.
We are live from Adelaide Oval. There's one other situation.
What?
What's the other situation?
You're going to love this. The aircon in my room stuck on heating.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Couldn't. That's why at 5
Suck
o'clock in the
it
morning
up.
you're in shorts and
That's
a
why I
t-shirt.
look like I'm going to the beach.
Oh,
You look a bit burnt, actually.
Oh, mate, I felt like a bloody chicken.
Well, okay,
just
wait,
rotisserie.
Yeah.
what is your definition of heating? What's it stuck on?
22.
Heaven.
Well,
That's our idea of
delightful.
heaven.
I feel like I stayed in the desert last night. We are live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round. All the footy fans have descended on Adelaide for this weekend. Big match tonight. The Swans take on my Pies.
Mighty Pies, that's right. Have you seen the stadium they've built in the Barossa Valley?
No.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh my gosh!
It's
I'll
the
get
best
to
of
that
both
in a minute
worlds.
because what the Premier here in Adelaide
Hang
has
on,
pulled
what,
off.
like a temporary job?
No.
No.
After last year's gather round, there's like an oval out in the Barossa, and they said we need that for next year, and they've
Yeah.
built like a stand, like a stadium for this year's gather round.
But
There's
like-
2 games being played in the Barossa.
But it's permanent? Like it's not a pop
Yeah.
Permanent. It's
not a
permanent,
pop-up.
baby.
Oh, yeah.
And it's footy meets the best of grapes.
What are we
all in
doing
one
here?
place.
Yeah,
We must go.
We must go.
What are we
By
doing?
the way, just Peter Malinauskas, the Premier here, he
Oh.
walked into the function last night.
Rock
We were
star.
at- Rock star.
Really? They love him?
Jeez,
Rock
he's an
star.
absolute rooster.
Even
Yeah,
though
we
I
used to
call
have
him-
the-
What
yeah.
did I call him? Adam Raman.
You could
Oh,
have
no.
Adam Ramanauskas.
That's a hard name to say after you've had a few too.
Wrong bloke. That's a football player. Is
Oh.
it Adam
He's
Ramanowski?
Ramanowski?
Bombers.
He's like, it's Peter Ramanowski. Who else did we see last night? The handsome Adelaide player.
Who's that? Oh, Tony Modra. We ran into Tony Modra.
Oh my God!
What was
Clint
your
goes,
opening line?
Mods, g'day mods, and I was like, that can't possibly be the Tony Modra I used to have on my wall as a young girl.
Has he still got it?
He's still got it.
Yeah. How were the because we bought a whole heap
Does
of
he still have it, Lauren?
Yeah, I mean, he looked different to how he did when I had him on
You're
my
not
wall.
the guy in the profile photo.
He's we're 30,
Godra.
40.
We just need a DeLorean to go back to his
Yeah.
prime.
Tony Modra.
Um,
I was like, oh my God.
God,
Tony Modra.
I love, there's a couple of mums that are on the trip with us because we've been giving out tickets the last few weeks and we brought a whole bunch of friends of the show. And in the lounge, I'm like, oh, you ladies excited? And they go, yeah, we're single mums. And then they pause and they go, sorry, we're just mums. We're not single.
Oh, yeah, their mums without their
She goes,
husbands.
there was a footy
Excited.
player in here before and my wedding ring just slipped straight off.
Oh, it happens.
Does it?
When you go to Adelaide and you bump into Tony Modra. You never know.
You know what did happen yesterday? Of course, school holidays, Jace. And
yeah.
you'd know it very, very well with 3 boys at home.
Yep.
Well, yesterday
Why
I
do you
had-
think he's in Adelaide for a
Oh,
week
I
on his
noticed.
own?
See
Oh,
ya.
I'm a single dad. Oh, no, not single.
Sometimes
Oh,
that
no.
wedding ring
Sorry,
just slips off
no.
the finger. I was a single dad of 2 yesterday. My 2 beautiful nephews.
Did you see the
Leo
anxiety
Were you
and-
left in charge?
Ollie, yes.
But I will point out, he was left in charge for an hour and a half.
Well,
Yeah, shut up.
But do you know
when
what?
you get left in charge of someone else's baby, a minute feels like an hour.
when there are 2 small kids in your, do I say possession?
Yeah.
Possession.
In your care?
In your care is probably the better word.
Yeah, not possession.
You got to find things to do. I thought went to Netflix first and foremost, but they sort of got bored.
straight onto a screen.
Yeah, straight onto the screen.
Yeah.
So
They're
that's
not
gonna
our kids.
That's going to
We get to
solve
send
all
them
of my
home.
problems now.
So Leo and Ned are how old?
Leo and Ollie.
And Ollie are how
so
old?
4 and 2.
4 and 2.
Yeah, so they're at that age where they're sort of, they're very much into everything, especially the youngest.
Question: what time of day was this?
This is lunchtime. So
The youngest
and
still-
they hadn't had lunch.
Oh, you have to
Now, does the
feed
youngest still have a nap?
I don't know about that. That's
We need
not
to-
my
them.
responsibility.
Not in that 1 hour and a
Well,
half.
no. If he still has a nap during the day, it'd be around that time.
Well, that's not. That,
Well, he
my
didn't,
instruction was.
by the sounds of
my
things.
instruction was look after the children.
Yes, and it's school holidays, so the rules can go out the window.
Well, they did when I took them for a walk, Lauren, and we went down to. I live in Richmond, and just not far from me, Swan Street. We went down to
Oh, it's a
Swan
big
Street.
park.
Took the dog for a walk. I said, let's take Pep for a walk.
Oh, they would love that.
Straight in the swings, the big park there.
Well, we went past the park
Oh.
because Leo's eyes lit up when we walked past Zagami's on Swan Street, which is the Ferrari.
Oh, not Zagami's on Warrigal Road where you get the all-you-can-eat
no,
buffet.
not where you play
My
Club
eyes would
Keno.
light up.
Oh, yeah, you would like that Zagami's better.
This is Zagami's,
With
the
the
prestige
Ferraris.
cars with the Ferraris.
Same family, different ventures.
Maybe the best of both worlds again. Fast
Food and
cars and
cars.
fast food. No, so Leo's obsessed. He's his little face pressed up against the window.
Buy me one, Uncle
I'm-
Clint. Buy me one.
Well, Uncle Clint is in his gym finery, his active wear. He's got a tank top on.
A tank top?
Yeah, a tank
In
top
public?
on. Yes.
With
Not
your
in the
arms
gym.
out.
With my arms out, with
You
my
were wearing
short
a tank
shorts
top?
on. Yes.
you have
Walking
your
your beagle.
Yeah.
Do you have your bike
Yes.
pants on again, like the other day?
I mean,
Do you reckon he was just he
his
was
bike
doing that?
pants, his tank top, and he was walking a beagle.
Well, he thought
With two
he'll be at the playground.
Cam
The mums
from
will be
Modern
there.
Family.
two
Yeah.
young boys. Anyway, the lady from the showroom sees cute little Leo, face pressed up against the glass, and says, "Come in, come in."
In your tank top and your
into
leggings.
the Ferrari showroom.
What'd you do with the dog?
He came in as well, didn't he? He came into the showroom.
The
It
dog
was a
didn't get in the
family
car,
affair.
did it? Please tell me you didn't put the
Oh
car.
my goodness, it was.
Were you nervous that the dog
anxiety.
was gonna wee in
10
the
out of
Ferrari
10.
shop?
Was I nervous about the dog weeing, about the kids
child
with their
weeing?
paws?
Oh
on the,
no!
on
Don't touch the cars.
Oh, they were obsessed with the badge, the
No.
Ferrari badge. They kept touching. I'm not getting your hands off.
Did you say their paws?
Don't they have paws? Don't
That
they?
screaming just echoed through the
I know,
whole
didn't it?
stadium.
What'd you buy?
Well, the beautiful lady went to find us some stickers, some Ferrari stickers for the boys. All she could find was 2 Ferrari spark plugs.
I don't even know what that is. What's a
She
spark?
just
plug?
she
the
just gave him
boy-
a spark plug,
The boys went home
What's a
with a
spark
Ferrari
like
spark
a piece
plug.
of her car, like the engine.
The engine.
The engine. The
part of the
engine.
engine.
I'm not doing
What's
this
a
again.
spark plug?
A
And why did
spark-
you just stand up and stand so close to me just then?
Anyway, here's me. You can see here. Here's me with the dog in the. In
There you
the
go. That's a
Ferrari.
spark plug.
Oh.
You would never have seen one of those
No.
before in your life, would you?
And who's taking the photos of you and the oh my god, the tank
Did you
top.
get the lady from Ferrari to take?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh. Oh my god, your shorts match the dog harness.
Our next gather round guest is legend of the Richmond Footy Club, Jack Rewalt.
Yes, he's part of the Fox Footy experts, and we've just found out he's about to pull a 12-hour shift tomorrow.
Wow,
Good morning, mate. How are you?
Morning,
Yeah,
Jack.
good. It's great. The time difference, 30 minutes. I don't know if you guys have probably got in last night. It
it's throwing me.
throws everything out.
I was so confused because we're on air in Adelaide. So this was me this morning lying in
Oh,
bed
my
at 4
goodness.
If we're on air at 5:30 Adelaide time, that's 6 o'clock Melbourne time. I was
Yeah.
trying to backtrack what time we had to leave the hotel to get here.
No, like you in the car
Anyway,
last
we made
night.
it.
Lauren goes, I need to be up at 5:30. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
and you
no,
don't-
you need to be
Here
at 5:30.
On
ready to
air.
go."
And you don't know what's flips over. So obviously modern technology, phones flip over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Adelaide. There's so many great things here. It's probably the one down of the 30 minutes. Make it an
Yeah.
hour or make it the same
Exactly.
time.
That's
Go
half
all
hour.
in or not,
Half hour
you
is
know.
tough, isn't it? Tricky. Hey, what does Gather Round look like for you? You busy?
Well, I was working last night. Obviously, the Adelaide Crow supporters
What a
left
game.
where we are today. What a great studio
I
it
know,
is
they were-
today.
they were
left it very disappointed.
not happy.
No, not happy. Not happy with the umpiring again. There was
No.
a fantastic mark down here in this pocket by Ollie Dempsey, which a lot of people don't think was a mark, but
Bit
they're
suspect,
wrong.
Jack.
It was definitely a mark, Clint. And then a bit of a cruisy one today, but the Fox crew will be back here tonight calling a big game, Collingwood Sydney, and then Super Saturday here as well. So Super Saturday is the big new addition to Fox's broadcast.
And
this
you're
year.
enjoying it because it's so different. And like I've got friends who have transitioned from footy into the media. It's a huge change, and some people get really overwhelmed with it. Are you loving it?
No, I am loving it. I probably had a little bit of a different apprenticeship working in media. I mean, it started in 2016 when I was still playing on AFL 360 and have developed some relationships and sort of knew everyone. And then by the time I retired, I think it was a bit of a given that I was going to go and work at Fox. But it's been great. It's been really good fun. Football clubs are great fun to work at. And actually coming away to gather around, there's 30 Fox staff here. We've left Jared Healy back in Melbourne just to make sure the ship doesn't sink back there. But it's been good fun because last night, myself, Matt Hill, David King and Mark Howard, who called together on a Thursday night, got the opportunity to sit down and just have a beer after the game and actually talk about footy. So it was good.
Has Matt Hill been calling football a long time? Or have I just...
Couple of years now.
I've only just noticed. So he's the guy that calls the Melbourne Cup.
He does
calls
the races too. He's back
It's-
back to Melbourne today to study for Saturdays, heading up to Bendigo to call the races. Then he's back here again on Sunday to call the footy
What
at
a
Norwood.
machine.
Wow.
Last night-
He's flying more than you.
At the moment, he is. At the
As we
moment,
walked
he
out
is.
of the ground last night, because there's a beautiful walk back over to the city here. It's an incredible thing to do. It's nearly like a pilgrimage.
Yeah,
really.
it's great.
There's Eddie Betts. There's a few other superstars there. Everyone wants to talk to Matt Hill.
I know.
He's the people's person, and
He's a bit of a
a
rock
very,
star,
very good
isn't he?
fella.
So what you're saying is if you want an ego boost, don't walk with him.
No,
'Cause
well,
one's going to
I
give...
think everyone wants a tip, to
Yeah,
be honest,
right.
more than anything else. But he's been fantastic to call with him and been fantastic on Fox.
All right,
Do you
Jack.
do you remember the debate we had yesterday when we were talking about, we were spinning through the guests we had on the show coming
Yes.
up today
Yeah.
about the surname? Now this is a debate that has transcended the years, Jack, and I want you to settle it for us. The surname. I've always said Revolt. Am I wrong?
No, that's right.
Oh, it's Revolt, not Rewalt.
No, Revolt.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah. It's a German heritage name, so the W's got a bit of a V. About
Is this
it.
a bit like
Revolt.
how Carl Stefanovic was calling the PM Albanese?
Albanese.
Anthony
Albanese.
Albanese.
He put his
Albanese.
own little spin on it.
Hey, can you do me a favour, Jack? Can I can you
here
just
we
sort
go.
of can you just look that way for me, and then sort of just look over your shoulder like you do in a reverse park? Because I'm not sure if it was you or your cousin, but one of you dogged me in the car park at GSAC and took a parking spot.
No, I don't go to GSAC, so it
So
wasn't
be your
me.
cousin.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to throw him under the bus, but
What
maybe.
happened?
So like there was a parking, and trying to get a parking spot at GSAC's a bloody
Did you
nightmare.
fire up at Nick Revolt?
Well, I didn't.
Sounds like you fired up a complete stranger.
You buggered that up.
No, this guy backed in. I'm like, I was.
What sort of car was it?
A white four-wheel drive.
That's not me.
Oh,
I'm not saying it was the other party, but it wasn't me.
hey, the Tigers are in a rebuilding phase, Jack, obviously, but
Who do you go for, Clint?
I'm a Melbourne.
No, let's talk
What
about
are we
the
doing?
Tigers for a
What are
minute.
we doing?
Oh,
Let's talk Tigers.
Let's talk Tigers.
If you're not rebuilding and you're still a bit shit, what are you?
Floundering.
That's Melbourne. That's Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Melbourne's floundering. But the Tigers, there's some green shoots, could you say? One of them's your favourite, Lozzie.
Yes, is he the new Dustin?
Sam Law.
Sam Lawler?
Sam Lawler.
Is he the new Dusty? He's got fans up and about.
Well, the way he plays is very Dustin Martin-like. He's already looks like he might have a Bond sponsorship, which is very
what
Does
Dustin
he?
Martin-like.
Oh, he's
Yeah, I know.
fully
Do you know
following the
why?
footsteps.
Oh, these
Why?
guys aren't over this.
Why?
The tackle
A
fell
bit of
out.
a misdemeanor in
Oh,
opening in
yes.
the first game
The
of the
tackle
season.
fell out of the shorts.
Yeah.
Was he not wearing undies?
Well, I don't know. He is now.
What, so
obviously,
when
with
he's
the
gone
Bond
for the kick-
sponsorship.
He might have been
No,
wearing.
he's got the
Maybe he was
celebration.
wearing a G string. He didn't want a VPL.
Like,
A
was it on the
visible panty
telecast?
line.
Look, it's there if you look
Loz,
up.
we're
Did
not
his
on,
Willie actually? Did his Willie old do a like? I'm love a
so
live
we're at
Google.
Adelaide Oval. We're not on the work Wi-Fi. You can look it up. You won't be red
Did his
flag.
Willie
Clap
fall
the
out
work
in his
Wi-Fi.
first game? The poor thing.
Yeah, he dominated too. So it was a part of. I think it was a part of a goal celebration actually. That,
Well, he certainly
Came
celebrated.
undone.
Hey, we've got to chat about Noel as well. It came through overnight.
What's that, sorry?
The news of
about Noah Bolter
yeah,
not playing. Yeah.
yeah. So they've called it overnight. They said they're not going to play him now on the weekend.
Right call.
definitely the right call. Yeah, and to be honest though, it's interesting that Tigers let this bubble along for so long.
Yeah,
for
Yeah,
no
I was
reason.
surprised.
Yeah, like he shouldn't have been on the sheet to play anyway.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen them come out early on and say, look, he wasn't going to play this week because it's just stayed in the media for all the wrong reasons, and then you get a whole bunch of other people grabbing hold of it, sort of not politicising it, but actually using it to make comments. So, look, it's an unfortunate situation for all parties involved. And I think it maybe could have been handled a little bit better.
Yeah.
But we live and learn.
Hey, Jack, thanks for coming in nice and early this morning with the time difference.
He's pulling a 12-hour shift tomorrow.
Yeah.
On air.
What do you do for 12 hours?
Because
Oh.
Lauren bitches about the 3 hours. Let me tell you. Like, imagine you doing 12.
You guys talk crap for 3 hours. We've just got to do it for 12. And we'll be sitting at the hill here. There's a stage here at this end of the other end of the ground, and
Yeah.
sitting on the hill, and they're on the cans at 12 o'clock.
yeah.
Here.
So what is the
Can you
scene like
imagine what
by
they're going to be
midnight?
like? Oh, it's just an absolute.
See, at least
train
we've got
wreck.
You need it.
Justin Bieber to throw to now and then. Give us a break. You're on for 12 hours.
Yeah,
bloody
can't
hell.
wait. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great.
It is a great week here at Gather Round in Adelaide.
You can watch all the action on Fox Footy. Hey, Jack, thanks very much for coming down this morning, mate. We appreciate it.
Lovely to be here.
KO Sports has got you covered as well. We are live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round. Good morning, Melbourne. It's just gone 12 to 7. Good morning, Melbourne. Shakira. We are live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round. This is fast becoming my favourite weekend on the footy calendar. The vibe here is
It's amazing. I mean, look, Adelaide has turned on the weather. And for those at home, playing along at home, Melbourne, it is 30 degrees, 29, 29 all week in Melbourne this week as well. We get our weather from Adelaide. So what happens here
We're
then
bringing
comes
it back.
across to Melbourne. So beautiful weather here in South Australia, and it will continue.
Felt like half of Melbourne was at the airport yesterday coming down here.
Well, the airport is a scene anyway, with gather round, school
Yeah.
holidays, like it was all happening.
But look, we are going to be joined by a heap of special guests throughout the morning. Beck Madden coming off a nice little win for the
Oh
Cats
my
last night.
God, should we check? We better do a welfare check, make sure she's up and about. She might have had a few wines to celebrate.
Oh, yeah, she might have a sore hand.
And Tom Hawkins is in after 8 o'clock this morning as well.
Guys, there'll be plenty of people right now around Melbourne either going to or leaving the gym.
Not me,
because
Clint.
this is gym hour. Yes?
Do you know...
It is gym hour. I'm a lunchtime gymmer.
I'm a morning
I'm
but
just a
how do you
lunch
do a morning
guy.
when you work every morning?
Well, sorry, post our show.
Like mid-morning?
Yeah, mid-morning.
If you didn't work breakfast hours, would you go to the gym first thing?
Like a 7 a.m. style.
Is
You were going before the show
I
for a while,
was,
weren't you?
yeah, when I was doing the
Oh my God, that's...
men's health
Oh,
transformation.
tell us again about that, Clint.
No, you've got any more time later in the show?
The,
No, you were going at like 3 a.m. or something ridiculous.
I
weren't you?
was, yeah, getting there at 4 for a little gym workout pre-show. But there's something to keep your eye out for if you're hitting the gym, and especially if you are a so-called gym bro.
What's a gym bro?
A gym bro, you know, the bros that are wearing those slinky singlets.
Like what you
that
wear? You
show
wear a
off the
tank top?
shoulders.
You
Yeah,
wear-
mine's more a tank top. Not
I
a-
feel intimidated at the gym.
well,
Fair enough.
you've got to you got to get in there before you can feel intimidated. That's the issue.
The few
Because
times
he's walking
you've actually
around
got to walk
asking the gym bros, where's the cafeteria? Is there a restaurant
Is there a
in here?
vending machine here, bro? No, just the
Give me
times I've
some.
gone there. Like it's like playing golf.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't know what you're doing, then people are waiting.
And it's
to
a bit.
tee
There's a
off
bit of
and-
a clique at the gym.
There is,
So they
yes.
all, when the regulars know each other, and you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
And more often than not, there are
It can
quite
be
a few
overwhelming.
fitness influencers around the traps at various gyms, and
Some gyms have banned it now. You can't film in the
or take photos.
Yeah,
in the
take
mirror
photos.
selfies.
or
that's-
the because the thing is, while you're doing your TikTok of you doing your while you're lifting heavy weights, someone's like I'm in the background learning how to do a push up,
Yeah.
and I don't want to go viral for being the girl in the background. Clint, we did a class together the other day. I nearly broke my nose trying to do a push up. My little arms couldn't hold me up.
I know you were struggling.
You actually laughed out loud and went, "Look at you."
You're at least in
My arms were
active wear, right?
sore.
Because there is a trend which is emerging in gyms right the way around Melbourne, whereby blokes more than women
Oh, the
are
bros.
wearing the gym bros are wearing denim. They are wearing
no.
denim to lift weights. Now, this all
Like as in jeans?
No,
jeans,
no.
as in jeans.
I'm wearing double denim today. I look like a professional.
I
You
just-
are. You should. We could hit the gym.
I'm not a jean
No,
guy.
you can't wear. You're not a jean guy anyway. But you can't wear jeans to
No,
the
that's
gym.
ridiculous.
How do you bend and snap? You'd
Well,
rip
did you know once upon a time
the back out of them?
strong men once donned merino wool pants to lift weights.
Strong men.
That was where it all harked from, and then they graduated to denim, so they used to lift weights in denim.
No, that's
And there
ridiculous.
is now all of a sudden the fitfluencer is now doing their various
Oh,
gym
yeah.
workouts.
I need
in
to. See,
denim.
I
wore
need to see it to
jeans
believe
to
it.
the pub last night just for one beer, and when I got home, I imagine it'd be the same feeling as when you rip the bra off as you walk into the house, Loz. Those jeans came straight off.
No, the best
You
is...
do like a tight jean, though.
Yeah, I do like a tight jean, but just
Yeah.
getting
Well,
out of
also, peeling off like those gym tights. When you
Oh,
take
yeah,
them
when
off,
they're
you're
a
like,
little
I'm
bit sweaty.
free.
So that's the other the intimidation thing. Everyone's in their bloody designer
Their
gym
Lululemon.
gear, and it all matches, and it's very expensive. And
No. I mean,
Is that what's
I wish
holding you back?
I wish I invented
The active wear.
Lululemon.
that's on the list.
And we-
I will not go to the gym because of the active wear. I'm so intimidated.
I'd say that someone will ring up and go, we'll provide activewear. Then I have to
Yes.
come up with another reason. Hey, we are live from Adelaide Oval this morning for Gather Round. Heap of special guests still to come. This stadium is incredible.
It's beautiful. Adelaide have turned it on. This stadium is gorgeous. As I mentioned, there's 3 stadiums up here for Gather Round that you can explore. I think we should probably go and see the one in the Barossa Valley
for
just
research,
for a look.
research purposes.
And then see if there might be any cellar doors near it.
They just asked us if we wanted to go down on the grass.
on
Who
the
did?
turf.
On the turf.
Who asked
The
us?
people from the stadium.
What people? I don't see any people.
The stadium people.
Can you
I,
see-
hey.
I'll go down.
I asked if I can have a
kick.
shot.
Have
Yeah.
a kick.
Yeah.
Well, we might need to put you in the goal square because you're not going to dobble 50
I feel-
out, are you?
I'll have to break into song if I'm down there.
Can you
'cause
see,
this is my
just
moment to have a stadium to
Oh,
myself.
we should get you to do the anthem.
I'll do the national anthem before you kick the
Tina
goal.
Arena.
Tina Arena, move over. It's
Live.
Lauren's Arena today.
From Adelaide Oval, this is Jason Lauren. You are on the air with Jason Lauren. Clint's here as well. We're doing it thanks to our mates at Shell Ready Express. And what an office this morning. We are live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round.
Oh my gosh, Jace, can I just say, we're so lucky to be here. We've got this whole stadium to ourselves.
Do the echo.
Gather. Hello! Literally.
That's very good.
See, we've got this whole incredible stadium to ourselves. The sun-
boys!
Oh my gosh, it's a bit spooky now, actually, that you've done that. But the sun is rising, it is stunning, and I know there are so many people in Melbourne that have thought about going to Gather Round, maybe haven't made it this year, but in all honesty, think about it for next year, put it in your calendar, because it is a really cool, spectacular event.
It is a bit spooky, isn't it? Like that movie where they're trapped in the department store overnight.
Oh, Shop Girl. Was it called Shop Girl?
What?
Yes, I think it was called Shop Girl.
Was it?
And all the mannequins came to
All
life.
the mannequins come to life.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that at the movies. Oh.
You must see it.
I must see it. Hey, a bit of a warning for anyone going to Gather Round. There is a gentleman who is in hot water. He's a lawyer, and he has lost his job because he claimed he was not well, called in sick. Mm-hmm. The boss then discovered he did the old out of office.
When? Yesterday?
Well, no, this was actually from last year's Gather Round, but it's gone to Fair Work. It went to court. He was fighting to keep
Must
his job.
be serious if it goes to Fair Work.
Well,
Nah, I reckon people take things to Fair Work sometimes, and they must see some things.
anyway, this guy got on the email on Monday saying still not feeling very well, but then photos emerged on social of him at last year's Gather Round.
Oh, silly Billy. What, he uploaded it to his social?
Like, mate,
No,
honestly.
you got to go dark on the socials if you're calling in
100%.
sick.
And you let everyone know as well. Hey, guys, no photos of me on the socials.
Well, we should hire him. He sounds like our kind of person.
He
Get him
really
on the
does.
Has he got a new job yet?
I don't think so. Get him on
Do
our
we need
legal
a-
team.
We need a show lawyer.
Yeah, we do.
We probably could do with one.
I got sprung once. So I wagged school and I got sprung on the telecast at the Spring Racing Carnival. It was Oaks Day, and my brother was watching, and he saw me in the around the mounting yard, and he bloody dobbed on me, didn't he? So
Your brother did?
Yeah, so I'd
Ryan?
Yeah,
How old were you?
Yeah, I was in year 10.
And you're in the mounting yard.
Yeah, just
Hanging around the edge,
Yeah,
trying to
just
pat the
around the
horses
edge,
because he
around
was
the
a
periphery.
child.
But
Am
I
I
was-
right?
I was on the
Any
bloody-
ponies around?
on the telecast. I got
Oh
sprung.
no! Yeah, well, and that's the thing with social media as well. You
Catches you out.
you go to a pub and you're in the background. Yeah, you got to
13.
go dark on the gram if you're going to call in sick.
13/24/10. Where were you when you were supposed to be working? Let us know the story you rolled out, and let us know what you actually did instead of work. 13.
I mean, we've all tried it.
Oh, absolutely. 13/24/10 is our number. We got free stuff to go in return. I got $200 Kogan vouchers up for grabs, thanks to our mates at Kogan. Kogan.com helps you get what you want for less. That is clicking awesome. Where were you when you were supposed to be working?
Lauren doesn't strike me as someone who would call in sick if she was not sick.
She'll just tell you. I'm
Remember
not
when
coming
we
in.
first got a job on radio and we were supposed to have a big conference with all the bosses? And I didn't realise it was on Zoom because I don't know, probably didn't read the memo. And everyone was on the camera. We just got the job. And I had said I couldn't come for, I don't know why I couldn't.
You said
there.
you had
So it
meetings.
was all on Zoom. And then they're like, Lauren, turn your camera on. And I was like, I'm just going to fall on my sword here. And I turned it on. And I was at the basin at the hair salon getting my colour washed out. And I was like, hi, guys. So I did have a meeting just with my hairdresser.
Yes.
13 24 10 is our number. Where were you when you were supposed to be working? Give us a call at Nova. Good morning, Melbourne. Just gone 27 past 7. We are live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round. I'll tell you what, we'll talk about an office this morning. You can check it out on socials where we are set up. But
Oh, my goodness.
And Jace, Lauren and I have got you a gift, which we'll get to shortly.
because I'm very excited
It's a
about
gather
that.
Well,
round gift.
We gathered around the merchandise
Didn't
store.
we?
Did you give me some merch?
And just promise us you'll wear it today.
I'll wear it tonight.
It's very Jace Hawkins.
We're coming
You know,
back here for the pies.
It's really cool when there's big events and like people do collabs for merch. You know,
Yes.
merch is cool now.
It's very cool.
It's very cool. You're going
Is
to
it?
love
So
the
just
merch.
promise
we've got
us
for you.
you'll wear it today.
Is it pies merch or more
We
gather?
can't give it away.
It's gather round merch.
We'll tell you soon.
She wouldn't let me wear the wizard hat on the plane yesterday.
Well, it's oversized. That's why.
Oh, got to put it in the oversized bag. This coming from the guy at checked in luggage to go to Adelaide.
Don't
Oh, heck!
stop. Both of you stop.
Hang on.
Don't even get me started. We're going to talk about this later. I need to have an
Don't
intervention
throw barbs,
with both.
Jace. Don't throw. Don't
You two
dare.
nearly got me on the no-fly list.
Okay, we'll get.
Mum
we'll get to that
blew
shortly.
up
If
on
I have
the
to
plane.
catch the bus home from Adelaide.
You were
because-
very reminiscent of those people on the news having to blow up on the Bali flight.
Also, have a look on our socials. Someone put their seat back
What a rat.
on a 1 hour flight.
What an absolute turkey.
And if you want to see Clint's reaction and possibly my reaction,
seriously,
go
Who
go
does
forth and
that?
enjoy our Jason Lauren socials.
Hey, we are live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round and made news. A lawyer in Melbourne got the arse because he snuck off to Gather Round last year, pulled a sickie, however, popped up in socials.
Yeah, you got to
Rookie
go
move.
dark. Well, remember those guys that skipped the border and went to Perth for the football and then posted it all over social?
Oh,
Well, they, were,
those.
they were in the dressing room celebrating with the boys.
They did
And they
time for
posted
that,
photos.
didn't
Yeah,
they?
they went
Did
to
time.
prison.
Jesus.
Hard jail time. I think 3
They
months.
went to prison.
Meanwhile, Mockbell's down at Westfield. What's going on in the world?
The world went truly mad.
Hey,
Truly mad.
13 24 10, we're talking pulling a sickie. Where were you when you were supposed to be working? Let's go to the phones.
All right, let's go to Adam. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, so
Now-
back in my younger days, I was working at a place, remains unnamed, and I went to one of those daytime concerts, you know, the all-day ones, and
Festival.
festival, yep, let's say that. And I told my boss I was sick, couldn't come in. It happened to be on a Friday, and then the next day on Saturday there was a big photo of me on the mosh pit.
Oh, in the newspaper or
'cause
something.
You know how there's the photographers that go to the concerts.
Oh, the festival photographers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Festival
Yeah, Franco.
photographer. Front page of the New Zealand Herald.
Awesome. And how did you explain that one?
I
Felt
didn't.
better. Just
I just
came
copped
good
it.
in the afternoon.
Fall on your sword, bro. Fall on your sword. 13 24 10 is our number. Where were you when you were supposed to be working?
Richard, where were you?
G'day, how you going? It's not me, it was one of my colleagues
Great.
who worked for me, called in sick on voicemail, left a message, did the whole sob story, but forgot to hang up. Went back to their friends in the room. Hey, did you do it? Did you do it? Yay, let's party!
Fantastic.
That's solid.
Left it all. And how much joy did you have playing that voicemail to him and watching his face?
Oh, look, you know, it was great, but, you know, we had to have that conversation when they came back next week. But
Oh,
it
you
was
let him
funny.
you let him have it. Well done.
God, you're good.
You're a good boss.
What, so he
Yeah.
kept his job?
Yeah, he kept his job.
Oh, Richard, I want a job with you.
13 24 10 is our number. We're talking, what were you doing when you were supposed to be working? I don't want to go into names.
You might as well now.
No, I'm going to protect. I have been told one of the blokes on this trip, because you know how we bought a whole heap
One
of
of
Nova
the blokes.
listeners, he has laid the groundwork. He works in the marketing world, let's just say that. And his boss thinks he is at home with the flu. So he has specifically requested
Oh,
he
we've
does
got one
not
on the
get in
trip.
Now,
our photos.
was he a winner or is he
A winner.
a plus
No,
one?
he's a winner.
Who is it?
I'm not going to tell you.
Bet I pick him as soon as I walk into lunch. I'll be like,
No, you'll pick him because we'll all go, let's get a photo at lunch, and some bloke will just move to the
I
right.
have a sudden urge to run to the bathroom. Hey, Jacinda, good morning. What happened to you? Was it you that lied?
Good morning, guys. Love the show.
Thank you.
No, it was not me who lied. It was my friend. Back in 2012, he asked me to go see Queen Elizabeth at Federation Square.
Queen did the Queen
Elizabeth
come
is in
here?
the real Queen.
The real Queen of England, yes. So she came in 2012 to Fed Square, and he said, do you want to go? Because I wasn't working, and he knew it. So I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds like fun. Turns out I got to shake her hand. He was like, oh, my God, you shook her hand, and he sort of slapped her hand, and then we were on the news.
See, I'd be banking my sick days.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't waste it on going to Federation
No, that's what I was saying.
I would.
What's she doing at Fed Square? Just checking out the chocolate Buddha there, the restaurant.
Oh, she was going to that pub across the road.
Oh, transport. She might have been.
Lizzie would go off at
She
transport.
would have been checking out Flinders Street station.
Couple of G&Ts.
She could have played the pokes at Clocks.
She would have.
Oh, clocks.
You are listening to Jason Lauren Clint's here as well, and our next guest would have loved this moment last night.
Cats were undermanned. They were underdogs, but they weren't overwhelmed. Geelong gather the 4 points.
Our next gather-round guest is Chief Sports Presenter for Channel 7 News, Beth Madden. Woo!
Oh, one of our favourites, Beck Madden. Good morning.
We are
Oh, here we go.
I was like, I can't wait to see her roll in here today
Like
because
the cat that got the cream.
also in the Adelaide crowd. I mean,
I know. Now
Did
that
you-
I'm
were you
working,
scared?
well, now that I'm working on the football, I have to be, impartial.
No, you
No, you
don't.
Gee, it's hard. It's really hard. Actually, there weren't that many Cats fans here last night. So
no.
as soon as I locked eyes with one, they locked eyes on me, and they're like, "Yeah!" after the
It was a
game.
great game.
It was superb. I mean, any time, whether it be gather round or not, to come here and actually win at Adelaide Oval is huge. Because if you haven't been here before, it is probably one of the most hostile crowds in the AFL. Like, it's scary.
Oh, way to
I
Port
think
play.
In a good way.
Port Adelaide's scary.
Oh, yeah, Port Adelaide's scary. I remember losing to Port once here and just thinking, I'm not going to make it home alive.
No, it is not dissimilar to going and playing against the Cats at home, though. The home ground
No, we're
advantage.
Loz,
is
come
massive.
on.
No, the
Polite.
We are
fans.
the
Down the
most
Geelong
mild
Road.
No, it's not
crowd.
the fans. I'm saying it's hard to win.
It is, in that
The Cats
respect.
fans are lovely.
In that respect, it is. It was a super win last night. We were, you come to Adelaide Oval and you think, this is going to be a 50-50. But, to come from behind and win,
Well,
it's terrific.
come from behind. They were down by 5 goals
Yeah.
midway through that second term. You must have been sort of
Worried.
thinking the worst at that time.
Yeah, I was. I was thinking, going down my list, thinking, who am I going to interview from Adelaide? Because I do the post-match interviews.
Congratulations.
And I'm
You
like,
must be so happy.
great. I'm really happy for you.
You're doing a great job, Beck, on
Oh,
the
thanks.
telecast and also in
Thank
your
you.
role at 7 as well. I don't watch you as much on 7.
You
because I'm
don't?
across
I
the
watch
road
you. How
working.
rude.
But I love the post-match interviews on the field. I mean, it's just great to get players in that moment.
Yeah,
isn't
it is really fun. And it's, during the week and even pre-game, they've got their guard up, but it's the one time that they actually are just like, they sort of forget they're on camera, which is dangerous, but also also really nice. They've got all those wonderful endorphins going through their body and they just say what they're feeling, and it's great. I mean, it's interesting to stand beside them. They are hot, they are sweaty, and I remember last week there was a bit of a tailwind and I had all this sweat blowing into my face. It was actually Pendles, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm sweating all over you." I'm like, "Don't worry, I'll sell it on eBay."
But you caught up with Jeremy Cameron after the match yesterday.
I did.
How is he? Because they have next week off. Have they got it?
No, it's Easter Monday, so they've got a big break.
big
They play the
gap.
Hawks Easter Monday, which is another huge clash. So they've got a bit of a break. So he's really happy because he just gets to stay home on the farm
Be a
and feed the
farmer.
cows.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the go? If it's 7 days between games, you can have a sneaky brew.
Well, I think each club has their own rules.
Ah,
Some clubs
right.
say if you've got more than 7 days, you can have a beer after the game.
Gotcha.
But I think probably every club
They
would
tip
be
a few in,
different.
surely.
I don't think anybody at Geelong drinks.
No, they're all angels.
I tell you
Let
what,
me
yeah.
tell you, Beck,
The
I've hung out with a
supporters
few
do.
Yeah,
Geelong footballers
Oh,
in my
have
time.
you?
Yeah, and you can't sell a pack of smokes to a Port Adelaide fan either.
I did
Yeah.
think, though, Tom Hawkins, he's joining us shortly, and I thought, Christ, Tom, you're going to have a hard time getting out of here tonight
Yeah, it was
with
super
the
fun.
Adelaide crowd.
How much longer are you staying down here? You got to shoot back? Your little one's birthday?
Yes, on Saturday. So I booked in, and my boss said to me, "We'd like you to stay all week, and all weekend." And I
Yeah.
said, "Great, fantastic. I'm here till Sunday. This is going to be so great." went home, told my husband, I said, sorry, you're going to have to be one up. I'm going to Adelaide.
Going on the school holidays.
Yeah,
Ciao, Trent.
see you later. Yeah, school holidays. Enjoy that. And then he's like, yeah, great. But have you forgotten something? I'm like, no, I'm ready to go. Bags packed. And he's like, it's your daughter's birthday.
Mother of the year. Rebecca Madden.
Okay. Trotted into my boss the next day. I was like, I said I'd be free all weekend. It'd be really great. I said, Mother of the Year over here, forgot her daughter's birthday.
Just book one of those.
Ruby didn't want to come to gather around for her 8th birthday.
No, she wanted to go. We're going to a science place. She's having a science party.
Who did she get the brains from? She's smart, Ruby, isn't she?
Me. Obviously.
You ever done one of those play centre parties?
Yeah, I've done every party.
Oh, mate.
She's 7, so hopefully we're getting to the stage where we can just take 2 friends to the movies. When does that happen?
Gold class.
Yeah.
Take a friend to gold class. That's why
I don't think kids are satisfied with that
20
these days,
kids at
though.
bounce.
They just want everything.
Yeah, exactly. And then the candy bar and all that, mate. No, kids' parties. When you get to a weekend you don't have one on, it's like, yes!
Isn't it great?
Do you recycle kids' presents?
No.
Have you got a present cupboard? No?
No, I'm just take a mad dash to Big W every time.
Oh, no, we do.
You get double ups.
You just
They
got
go
to
in
be
the present
careful.
cupboard.
You don't want to go, here, Clint, we got you this Lego. And you're like, no way, I got the same one for you 2 months
Give
ago.
it back. Yes.
Great minds.
Hey,
just quickly, Becky, you working on the Good Friday appeal this year? I know
Yes.
it's a fantastic day.
Yes.
And Seven do such a great job
Yeah,
with it.
I am. We've got the game in Brisbane the night before, so unfortunately I can't be involved in the day because it goes all day. But then I'll be involved in the nighttime coverage on the panel with Larry Emder hosting the nighttime. So it's really great, and it's something I've been involved with. Actually, I've lost count. So
Yeah,
many
you've done a
years.
lot of
I mean,
them.
I've been at Seven since I was
7.
yes, 7.
Did you?
Feels like 7.
Don't go throwing around.
Yeah,
years
I mean,
and
I
ages.
had a little break at another network,
Yes.
which was also fantastic. But to be part of the Good Friday appeal, it's actually one of the highlights of my working year. It's terrific.
Hey, tonight, 7:40, live and free on 7 and 7 Plus. The Pies take on the Swans. Just quickly, who's going to win?
Don't know. I really don't know. Do I have to say?
Pies.
What?
I'm on the Pies.
Oh, I don't know. I think the Swans are playing really good footy.
I reckon Sydney might surprise a few tonight.
Yeah, let's
I'm not
go with
asking
the
you for a
Swans.
tip with what Melbourne's doing at the moment.
Well, I'm not tipping him. That's why.
It's hard to tip, isn't it, at the moment?
Shocking.
It's hard to tip
It's
for anyone.
close. It's
I've
tight.
ruled out I'm no longer involved in any tipping competitions because it's so stressful and I'm over it.
Well,
I'm done.
I hate footy tipping competitions.
Well,
I say it
it's-
all the time.
Do you know
can't
why?
stand them.
Because the admin involved. Like
Oh,
getting
it's so
the,
stressful.
Getting the tips done and
now
remembering.
because there's Thursday games, it's Wednesday and it comes around too
And the
quick and I'm
carry
over
on,
it.
The carry on of, you got to get your tips in it. You got 20 minutes to get your tips
I'm over
in.
Just
it.
give me the kiss of
I
death.
watch Jace have a meltdown every single week. Oh,
It's not
no,
worth it, is it?
tips are in tonight. And
a lot of work.
He had Felix, his son, in for school holidays the other day. And I think we've now found out that Felix is actually doing Jason's footy tips. So if you see that in the Herald
You've
Sun,
outsourced
don't credit
your
it.
footy tips.
But
I
then
don't think
Felix comes in.
that's-
He's spent all this time going through the stats, and he's like, "Dad, here's the footy tips." Jace, who knows absolutely nothing about football, goes, "Nah, not that one. Go and change that." Go on. Felix was like, "Oh."
When you go to the races, Jace, do you just choose it off the colours?
No, I get the kids to pick the horses.
Like
Big
all
Madden.
responsible parents.
Joining us on the air this morning, it is just gone 9 to 8. Cheers, Beck.
Thank you.
It is Jace and Lauren Clint's here as well. We just got the message saying he is awake.
No, sorry.
Oh, no. Tom Hawkins
I just
is
got
going to be
it.
joining us just after 8 o'clock this morning.
Yes, he sent me a text saying just leaving hotel now, and he said I was slow getting moving this morning. Loz, I said no problem. See you soon, Tom. He's supposed to be with us in about 5 minutes. I said, did you have a late night? And he said, Loz, I look like I haven't been to bed. I was home by 12, but I'm a very nervous spectator.
Oh, yes.
So he must have been tearing his hair out. He's better on the field than off the field.
biting the
Paul.
nails, you think?
Anyway, he will be here shortly.
We hope.
I can't wait to judge his appearance.
Emma's at home with all the kids.
Yes, he's working though. Tom's
Oh, it's
working.
working. It's working.
Tom's
Yes,
He's
working.
Just as you are on this trip.
You better
But
believe
you might
it.
have to stay on for 3 or 4 days.
I just realised because we're set up at Adelaide Oval.
Yes,
and
we're
the
practically
backdrop's the field.
on the turf.
We very much look like footy commentators.
Oh, we do. We,
In the telecast.
we scream footy commentator.
We look like ex-athletes, don't we?
Hey, where's the match going to be won and lost tonight, Jace? Is it in the midfield?
Here at the stadium is where the game is, so I gather it'll probably be won and lost here.
Look,
Clint.
we are coming to you live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round, which meant we had to come to Adelaide as a team. Travelling as a group is my absolute worst nightmare. I kicked and screamed and said, do not have me on a group booking. I want to check myself in and I want to sit on my own.
I didn't notice you even throw
No.
your toys over that.
You didn't hear? No, I
didn't
make
even
a
hear you
scene
bring
at
that up
all.
once.
No, so I was thrilled when I got the text from Macy, who works in our team, saying, "Don't worry, Loz, I've sorted your seats. I've got you, Clint, and Jace all in a row together." And I was like, on a group text, so I had to call her and say, "Sis, I wanted to sit on my own."
You didn't know the plane has 20 rows.
Well,
you didn't know the rows go back that far.
I went up the back stairs.
You didn't even know there was
Gee,
backstairs.
that's fun.
21A,
Isn't
B, and
it?
C we were.
Yes, anyway, so that was fun until we got on the plane and we wanted to go to the footy last night,
Yes,
Clint.
yes.
Jace didn't. I'm not actually sure what you're here for, but the footy. So he didn't want to go to the game
Shots
last night.
fired.
And
Shots fired.
so we were like, quick, well, the plane was a bit late, so we've got to get to the hotel.
Yeah.
Got to get there quickly. We've got a whole bunch of listeners. There was a coach, and I said, we'll just jump in an Uber and go so we don't have to wait for everyone's
Very
luggage.
posh hotel.
Because we're here for 2 nights. And that was when you revealed to me that you both bought check-in baggage
Okay,
for a one-night trip.
can I just explain?
What's a 2-night trip?
2-night trip.
Can I explain?
But really, it's one night because
My-
you were in your clothes for last night.
Okay, couple of things. My bag was a carry-on bag.
Yes.
Right? The only reason I checked...
Your bag also, we'll discuss that bag later. It's
It was-
tartan. He
it-
bought a tartan suitcase.
It was on sale at Surf Dive and Ski, all right? Mine's an overnight, like I can put it in the overhead. The only reason I checked it in is because...
You were embarrassed
No,
of your
Stanaway
tartan.
over
Yeah,
here
he
was
didn't-
checking his in.
No, he didn't want to wheel
I
it through
came
the
with
airport.
17 kilos. 17 kilos. I am going to on holiday tomorrow to Bali. So
It's amazing
Well,
what
you need
budgie smugglers
2
weigh
pairs of
these
shorts.
days.
Anyway, so we made it to Adelaide. We got here safely. Clint and I went to the footy last night.
Yep.
And then when we went to leave, obviously a lot of people leaving, we walked out of the stadium and we saw some friendly police officers.
They
And I
were
said,
very
"I'm not-"
friendly, weren't they?
Oh, they were.
They were so hospitable.
Handlebar Mo's.
Ha-
Shout out if you're
Yeah.
listening. They'll know who
Of
we're
course they'll
talking
be
about. Because
listening.
I said, I'm not familiar with the area. How do we get out of here? Like, we need an Uber or a cab. And they said, go down
You
there.
asked, right, okay.
That's
yep.
the ride. She asked the police. Who else would I
Yeah,
ask?
good call.
So they were like, well, they were standing there doing nothing, to be honest. There were about 8 of them. And they were like, go down there, go
They
down
were
there.
telling jokes.
Yes.
It's like a comedy club.
Cracking gags. Yep. So we walked down. About 10 minutes later, we're still waiting for this Uber. And the Uber driver's texting me going, the road's all blocked. You
Yeah,
can't
good
get-
luck. You're better off just walking.
Can't
So
get
we
in,
walked
can't get
back.
out.
I'm in like high stiletto boots
Yeah,
as well.
of course.
It's
'cause
a,
you're going to
it's
the
a
footy.
slow walk.
So we walk back and we go to back past and they go, what happened? I was like, well, you guys have blocked the roads off. And they were like, oh
Problem.
no, yeah, we have.
Hey,
Sorry.
Jace, it's a problem that needs solving, right? So, light bulb moment from me.
What was sort of from the police, to be
Well, it
honest.
sort of was, but yeah, okay.
First of all, they said, why don't you two get a little romantic, Clint and I? And I was
Yeah.
like, what? And they're like, put your arms around him and hold on and go for a ride into the sunset on an e-scooter.
An orange scooter.
And I said, what?
Scooter.
You're definitely not supposed to have 2 people on those things, I don't think. And they were like, yeah, 2 of you, jump on.
They told you to do
There's only
that.
one helmet
yeah.
on there.
Because on
Mr.
RBT,
Plod-
RBT, they pull people over on the scooters.
Not
Well,
in
Mr.
Adelaide.
Plod said
Not
it'd
in
be
Adelaide.
romantic. Just wrap your arms around and go, go, go.
And I said the only thing that could make this situation worse would be being romantic with Clint.
So anyway, we went on individual
So we
scooters.
got 2 scooters.
Right, good, smart. Yep,
The
smart.
police helped us sort our scooters out.
How'd
Yes.
you go on a helmet?
Well, we were just, I've been scratching a bit this morning. And I'm sure I've given myself nits. But they said, just get out of here. Once you get out of this area, you'll be able to get an Uber.
Yeah.
Just quickly.
Do you think Clint accepted that?
seeing
as an answer?
seeing Lauren Elizabeth Phillips
On an e-scooter.
hurtling her way down the streets of Adelaide
In
on a
stilettos.
bright orange
was a-
e-scooter in stilettos was one of the great moments of my life.
It was a real big day of first for you yesterday, wasn't it?
Well, the worst part was, and also, I don't know if you're allowed to, or if they just don't care, or I don't know if there's any rules in Adelaide, but you do it on the footpath, right?
Adelaide.
Adelaide,
no rules.
No
No
rules
rules.
in Adelaide on the footpath. So we're on our e-scooters.
Oh.
Next minute, next to the Adelaide Oval Stadium,
We hit traffic.
I'm talking hundreds of old people.
We're like Marjorie,
I'm
Daryl,
like trying
Bruce,
to wriggle through, and they're going,
Maeve.
"Look out, kids!" And I realised Sister Act the musical's finished at the same time. You know, Sister Act.
You don't put on a musical on Gather Round weekend.
Yeah, so
I
there's
will
this.
follow him.
I will follow him. You know that song? We've got it
Wherever
there. I'm
he
sure we've got
may
it somewhere.
go.
Bit of Sister Act. So we've got all the olds. We're weaving in and out of the traffic of these old people. Clint's going past them all going, how was Sister Act? Was it a 5-star
I
review?
I was getting some reviews on
I
the way.
love the movie Sister Act.
It's a great movie. Anyway, then Clint refused to then go to a point where we could get an Uber, so we had to ride it through the entire city the entire way home.
It's great transport.
Oh,
it's
no.
phenomenal. It's door to door.
No, it's not. Clint goes,
What?
all right, here we are. We'll pull up here. Do you know you can only park e-scooters in certain places?
Yeah, you have to
Parking
upload a
zones.
photo too.
No, but so we weren't in a parking zone, so we scooted all the way to the hotel.
And then we had to walk
We
with
had
our
to scooter all the way back out away from the hotel to a parking bay to then walk back to the hotel.
You two really aren't good in just public arenas, are you?
No.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was
we made
very
it home
relatable.
in one piece. Just Clint fell off at the end. You fell
I
into the
did.
dirt
I
at the
took a
end.
tumble.
But no injuries to report. Anyway, we must find out if we're actually allowed to on a scooter, and if you
No, never ask. What's the rule with this show? Ask forgiveness,
Yeah.
not permission.
is that the rule on this show?
Yeah, it's the new one.
It's one of them.
Hey, coming up this morning, we got Lady Gaga tickets to go, and your chance to win money. Tom Hawkins is
Is
awake.
he here?
He's running late. He is on an e-scooter and en route to Adelaide Oval, and we're offloading money next.
He's actually on an
Oh, he is
e-scooter.
on an
He
e-scooter.
sent me a photo of him
He's
on an
here.
e-scooter.
Tommy made it. Let's say hi to our next guest.
Our next gather round guest is 3-time premiership player from the Geelong Footy Club, legend Tom Hawkins. Woo!
That's right. You can catch him in action on Fox Footy, available on KO Sports. Tom Hawkins, good
Tom
morning.
Hawkins, good morning.
In one piece.
Good morning. Yeah,
Now,
I'm
you
here in
just-
one piece.
You texted me on the way in, and it was a photo of you on an e-scooter.
I was, yeah. I love travelling interstate and travelling via scooter. It's a great way to see
They're
the
all
city.
the rage.
Why were you a bit of a shambles this morning? Late night?
Well, close game.
Yes.
Cats were down. Came back and won, and I think I just got carried away.
Yes, well, that's right. Like, because how do you go? We know you so well as a footballer, and I can't imagine you being particularly calm as a spectator.
I get nervous and anxious, and I was around 60 or 70 Geelong people,
Right.
so I think I got caught up in
The excitement.
It happens,
excitement
Tom.
of-
It happens.
Exactly.
Did
and
you-
then went into the city for a drink, and then home to bed. I was home in bed
Oh, you
by
didn't
12.
celebrate?
Man, I'm not Emma. It's fine. You don't have to sell it to me. I'm just asking. I'm
just telling you.
You sound like me on the phone to my wife, Darla. We just flew in. We're very tired.
Hey, Hawk, how cool's this? This place it's magic, right?
It is so good, and it's nice that you guys are. I'm not sure if this is your first gather round, but
We came
We
last
came
year.
last
I don't
year.
remember much of it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah,
So
Clint didn't do what you did last year.
yeah.
I got a little carried away.
which is easy to do because the people of Adelaide. I mean, they're beautiful people, very welcoming. Everyone's so excited. The thing I think I love the most about it, when I was a player, and even now as a commentator and football person, is that everyone's just happy to see you.
Yeah,
So you
the
can
vibe's
walk
incredible.
down the street, whether you barrack for Collingwood, whether
Yeah.
you barrack for St Kilda or Geelong, they're just so happy to be here and talk footy and watch.
Let's hold on to that vibe until
Love it.
until the Port game on Sunday and
Yeah.
see if it's the same.
Yeah, they're an exception to the rule. But I'm quite scared of Port Adelaide fans.
Did you ever cop grief from Port fans because they're a little rough around the edges? Let's just say.
They're passionate.
They're passionate. I not so much on the field. I think the noise when you're on field sort of amalgamates into this sort of buzzing sound. So not specifically. I have had some heckles over the fence from supporter bases in the past. But
Talk to us. Anything memorable?
You're quite well liked, though.
Yeah, you
Tom.
are.
Because Brody, our executive producer, he's a Port fan. Did you ever spit on Tom back in the day?
I should apologise, Tom. It was a heat of passion. I regret it.
It was you.
I'll tell you what, you're so big, you stand out too.
Yeah.
Like imagine walking around the crowds here. You know, you're going to spot you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got a massive set of ears as well. So, but the one thing, Emma and I got married in 2000.
Some year. Yeah, I was there. It's some year.
And what year
wow.
was it?
Yeah,
and,
Tesco's 16.
And we got, just before the start of the season, anyway, we got our car stolen out the front of our house that had Emma's wedding
dress
dresses.
in it.
Oh no!
And one game at Collingwood, from the Collingwood cheer squad, one of the cheer squad members at one stage throughout the game said that he had our wedding dress, Emma's wedding dress, which it has always stuck with me. Which I was laughing inside because it was one of the great comments.
There's a good chance they did have it.
Yeah, they weren't joking. They weren't
True.
joking.
So,
hey, now Tom, you've hung up the boots. You're obviously on the other side of it now, but you are putting the boots back on over Easter. I am heading up to watch you play for the town you grew up in.
I am Lozzie. I actually went for the first time. I bought my boots over to Gather Round.
What, to have a practice?
Yeah,
Have
I
a
went
run.
yesterday.
Oh.
Yesterday, I
Really?
know, tragic.
You're so cute.
Tragic.
Well, you don't want to pull a hammy. So you're playing for Finley,
I am, and
which is sort of on the border of New South
It is,
Wales and
yeah, so
Victoria
it's-
on Good Friday.
It is, yeah. And I've always wanted to play for Finley when I retire, and I haven't done a hell of a lot of conditioning, so that will be interesting.
Do you want me to
But-
take you
So
down to
what
the
did
park this Arvo? We can do a little kick around. Is that what you want?
Well, I did one. Yeah, I've got my mouth guard in the sock as we speak, so we can absolutely. Well, hang on.
No, I've
can-
asked. I've asked.
No.
We're not
What
allowed.
about-
to.
allowed.
what about the fullback, like lining up on Tom Hawkins?
I know.
You
So
sort of,
are you playing full forward, or where are you going to play?
Well, I hope so.
you just go goal square.
Well, I
mate.
don't know.
Goal
I
square,
hope-
surely.
I'm just
one out.
operating out of the 50.
What's the capacity at the stadium?
Standing room only, I assume.
I just looked on Ticket Tech. I can't find it.
There'll be
There
a
will
few
be
there.
so
There'll be a
many
few.
people
And
turn up.
I selectively chose that game to play as a one-off because Emma is a Deniliquin girl, and we play Deniliquin,
Right.
and it's sort of a big rivalry and an
Yes.
Easter weekend and
Do
great
they do a
weather.
banner at club matches like that? Here to run
We'll
through?
get the
I don't
cheer
know.
squad onto
For a
it.
milestone game, maybe.
They may be.
A welcome
They-
back,
I
Tom.
don't think there'll be any banners.
Right, okay.
I'm sure just as many people turn up to watch Finley every other week as they will on Good Friday to see
Hey,
you, Tom.
can we talk about Super Saturday in your role as commentator for Fox Footy? Big day tomorrow. Big day for the Carlton Footy Club because Carlton play West Coast. Now, the issue here is if Carlton lose... Now, I'm a Melbourne supporter.
Is this
I'll
the
preface
battle for
that
the
by
bottom?
saying, I'll preface this by saying I'm Melbourne, so, winless isn't a great spot to be, but for Carlton, there's a bit of pressure on the old Blue Baggers tomorrow.
Yeah, there is.
Like-
Yeah. Look, they should take care of West
They
Coast.
should, that's the issue.
But if things get a bit tricky
not confident?
and desperate, yeah, well,
He's not
could
confident.
it be a bit of a scrappy match?
I'm not. But
Well,
I think
Eddie
they'll-
thinks if the Blues lose, Vossi's gone.
Right.
That's his
Really?
mail. That's his mail.
Because
That's how big the
they're
match
already
is.
calling for his head the last couple of weeks.
I think they'll be okay. They'll find their way through. It's really sometimes the start of the season it's a lot more heightened than other periods of
Yeah.
the year, particularly when you haven't won. They've got some really talented players that have been kind of in and out. Kerno hasn't sort of been there and playing the whole start of the season, so they'll find their groove. It's a bit like Melbourne. I don't necessarily think that they're as bad as what their
I've written
records
them
No,
off,
they
Tom.
are, Tom.
I've written
They
them
are,
off.
they are.
They're
Maybe
cooked.
they
Hey,
Actually, you forget about Finley. You want to play full forward for the D's, huh?
There
Come on,
is
just one
no
more
way
year.
watching
One
footy
more
last
year.
night that I could lace the boots up and play in today's footy. It surpasses you so quickly.
Hey, just quickly, Pies, Swans tonight. Who do you reckon will get up?
Pies. I think the Pies are a genuine chance of winning the premiership. They were my pick at the start of the year, along with the Gold Coast Suns and the Geelong Cats. But I think I just think they've got a great makeup. They're mature and Sydney won't
We
be
are
easy.
mature.
Yeah, we like maturity. And that won't be an easy game.
Right.
But I think Collingwood are set really well.
Hey, mate, I know you got to get to the Barossa, but we appreciate you jumping on this morning nice and early.
Good luck for Good Friday, Tom. I'll be
Thank
there.
you.
I'll take a sign and the banner.
Wear your
banner.
boots. Wear your
The
boots to the winery today. It'll go down the
Yeah.
treat.
You should get. I think those Lime scooters will get
Oh,
you
I
the
don't
range
know.
out to
To
the
Barossa.
Barossa.
I don't know about
Won't
getting
get
back.
back.
Look out for Tom Hawkins
I
floating
can-
around Adelaide on his
Can think of
e-scooter
lift
this
home.
weekend.
Think of worse places to be stuck, mate. Tom Hawkins joining us on the air as we do it live from Adelaide Oval for Gather Round. It is just gone 8:30.
Our next gather round guest is the Executive General Manager of the AFL, Laura Kane. Woo!
Oh, suck in the guts, guys. Sit up. We've got management joining us. Good
Laura
morning.
Kane, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you
morning.
for having me.
Hey.
Well, thanks for having us here at
Yes.
Adelaide Oval for Gather Round.
Congratulations. This is just spectacular. We were here last year. We popped in for one game, but we're here. We've brought a bunch of listeners. Adelaide is just pumping, and this just couldn't be any better, could it?
Oh, it's so magical from getting off the plane or driving over. I don't know how many gather round stickers we've purchased, but they're everywhere.
They're
well,
everywhere, aren't they?
How many friends and family have hit you up for Gather Round tickets?
A lot.
Yeah.
I've created a pretend wait list, but
Brilliant. Yep.
it doesn't exist.
Laura, you are the head of football. That means you're the point of contact for a lot of all the teams. Do you feel like a giant babysitter to 300 grown men and women a lot of the time?
Sometimes. It depends. No, they're all terrific. Referring to our clubs, they're amazing, but they care. So if things don't go to plan, or things might not go the way they wanted them to, I certainly get a call.
Is it?
Yeah, you're on the receiving end.
It must be logistically challenging, though. Like wrangling every club. You know, there's so many layers that come with it. You've got this beautiful Barossa Stadium as well, which is we're going to see.
They turn that around in a year.
Yeah, 12 months. It was a patch of grass, literally. And now it's our 51st AFL venue.
Wow. They didn't destroy any vineyard, any grapes.
No vines were destroyed in the making.
No.
Thank
That was number one.
Don't waste the wine.
That was number one priority. It is a logistical challenge, though, having 16 teams travel. We've got a travel party of about 200 umpires, given we've got all 9 AFL games and 2 State League games.
That's a lot of fluoro tops on one tiny little plane.
A lot of hotels too.
Yeah.
Hey, Laura, you're the first female head of football, which is awesome. It's still a pretty male-dominated industry, though. Do you ever feel that? I think it's so cool that there is a woman in charge finally. Long time coming. Are there many other women in leadership positions in the AFL? Are you feeling supported?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's something that I'm really proud of. We have all 18 teams have an AFLW team. So if you walk into a club, it's 50-50 everywhere you look. But if you think about leadership positions, we've got female presidents, we've got a female CEO, and our executive team and leadership team are 50% women. So I don't feel my gender day to day, but I still love that people notice it.
You got Peggy O'Neill was
the Richmond
president at Richmond with great success.
Yes.
Jen Watt at the Roos, and Sam Mostyn, who's now the Governor General of Australia. So women doing great things at the moment at the AFL, which is fantastic to see.
Can I ask? And look, this might have been covered in the past. I am a new fan to the game.
And you barrack for?
I go for the pass.
Yes.
I did go for Melbourne, but I realised the supporters are way too wanky for me. So, actually, who do you go for? Are you allowed to have a team?
I grew up as a Collingwood supporter.
Yeah.
But I think I'll say the Kangaroos after working there. I can't quite change back.
I thought you were going to give me they're all my children.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I imagine in your
I say
position,
the umpires sometimes.
Yeah,
people
right.
don't like that answer, so I've pivoted.
We change weekly, like having a favourite child.
I was just going to ask, AFLW, AFL, would we ever get to a stage where we're playing on the same day?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you buy a ticket, you go to the G, you get the AFLW match and the men's.
Yeah, well, this year we'll start the AFLW season in the last 2 rounds of the men's.
Yep.
Last year we had a doubleheader at the MCG during one of the men's finals for the Bulldogs. They had both of their teams playing, so yes is the short answer. But we can also think about activating, say, the Adelaide Crows girls play at Unley or Norwood, and then the men play at Adelaide Oval or vice versa, depending the time of season. So it's all things that we look at.
Right.
Footy's a fast game. It was free flowing. So many goals kicked last night. What do you think the biggest challenge facing footy is at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's in a really good place. The game last night was an unbelievable spectacle. We were just saying before, 97% of the game was under 4 goals and 45 was under 1 goal. So
that's cool.
Every kick, every mark, every handball is so important. I think it's about working out how we can continue that, and we can keep adapting game styles as coaches and as clubs to play that free-flowing, fast footy, because the fans just love it.
As the boss, how many games you got to get to this weekend?
Quite a lot. There's a bit going on here.
I thought.
How long have you been over here in Adelaide for?
I came in earlier in the week, but we've done a lot of visits given the build out at the Barossa Park.
Oh, you got to go to the Barossa to check out. Yes,
I do.
How many football games and how many wineries? Because it's all part of
many
the
more football games than wineries.
Right. Winery at the end.
Shame, a winery at the end.
Hey,
maybe.
We'll let you go because we know you're busy, but thank you for having us in Adelaide
awesome.
for Gather Round. We love this. We were here last year. The vibe is just amazing. I felt like all of Melbourne was heading this way.
Yeah, thank you so much. And this is an amazing place to broadcast your show from.
Yeah, it's
Tom
not bad.
Hawkins rolled in on an e-scooter. Did you arrive this morning via e-scooter, Laura Kay?
I thought you said a knee scooter. Neither.
You should.
But I heard you guys had an experience last night.
We were on the e-scooters last night. You should give it a hoon while you're
Clint
here,
had
just
an
to get the full experience.
on one last year as well.
Just
a lot
an
earlier
annual
in the morning.
event it is. Hey, by the way, just congratulations on everything you've done as
Yeah.
well. You fantastic leader in the game as well, and you and the AFL put on a great show.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the footy this weekend.
You too, thank you.
All right, let's say hello to our next guest.
Please welcome our next gather round guest, Premiership player and current Adelaide Crow, Alex Neil-Bullen.
Good morning, sir.
Good
morning, team.
That sounds beautiful.
Gee,
Premiership player.
Weren't you smart jumping off the deck?
Oh, don't. I thought there'd be
Nice.
we'd give it a couple of minutes before we talked about
He
this.
was like, we have ticked that box. See ya. I'm off to Adelaide.
No, it's good to be here. I spent a bit of time listening to you guys driving down to Casey on the highway when I spent my time in Melbourne, so it's a pleasure to be invited
Oh,
on.
thanks,
Oh,
mate.
well,
Thank
thanks
you.
for jumping on with us this morning. Hey, are you from Melbourne originally?
No, I'm an Adelaide boy, so I've
you've
returned
come
home. Yeah,
How good's Adelaide?
incredible,
The
isn't it?
stadium's beautiful.
But
It
were you
is.
one of those people that grew up in Adelaide and thought, I can't wait to get out of Adelaide, and then you grew up and were like, gee, I can't wait to go back to Adelaide?
No, I'm not like your friend up there, mate. So I really enjoyed Adelaide. I wanted to stay here as long as I can, but I'm so grateful for the 10 years I spent in Melbourne. Really enjoyed it, but for where my wife and I were at with our little girl, we thought the best thing to do was to come home.
Because it's a funny old place. Like, Adelaide gets a bit of a bad rap, right? But then you get here and you're like, why aren't we coming here every second weekend? The wineries, the city, the
Yeah.
restaurants, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's got everything from my opinion. You've got the beaches, and then if you want to go down the 20-minute road to the wineries, you can mix it up and then have a wash off at the end of the day to feel a bit more human.
He's
And
got
the
his
people
he's
are
got his
so
South
nice.
Australian accent back.
Yeah, we're in
as well.
Adelaide.
He's in Adelaide now.
In Adelaide.
What did I used to sound like?
You sounded like a Melburnian.
Saying
Where,
Adelaide.
where'd you live when you were in Melbourne?
I'm a Glenelg boy. In Melbourne, I was at Brighton, living in Brighton.
Okay, so-
out your way.
No.
Out your way,
No.
Jace.
I'm rough side of the Nepean,
you
mate.
keep
Man of the
saying
people.
that. He's got a McMansion
Rah,
in Brighton.
I just kept saying to Clint last night, everyone here is so nice.
Yeah.
The policemen were nice. The information people when I got lost were nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait till
Everyone-
Sunday, Dale.
No, they're so nice. People from Adelaide are so nice.
Now, speaking of nice, this bloke is one of the
So
nicest
nice.
blokes in footy. He's actually my old man's favourite, and he was heartbroken when he left the D's. But he made a business decision, a family decision as well, to come back home.
Also, he'd won the premiership, so he was like,
Yeah,
he knew.
I've
He
done
knew the
my
D's were a
I've done my
sinking ship,
business
Clint.
here. Congratulations, mate, on making the shift. I know it was hard, but I mean, you're glad you found not a new life here because your family are here, but you've settled.
Yeah, I think I've been very fortunate to come to a footy club at the Adelaide Crows that they're building. They're at the stage where they've done the hard yards for 4 or 5 years, and now we're trying to maintain a level of consistency. But in saying that, it was extremely difficult leaving 10 years of friendships and relationships, and on a professional sense, you build so much together over a long period of time, and to leave that was quite hard. But in saying that, I've still got great mates there, and looking forward to seeing a few of them this weekend.
Can we talk last night?
Yeah, let's do it.
Shame.
It was a bloody great match.
Great
Up by
game.
5 goals.
Great
at one
game,
stage.
George.
It's a good spectacle for the.
It was
footy.
hot.
Yes.
Footy was hot.
It felt like that. For us, we played 3 great quarters, and then the last quarter we just let ourselves down a little bit in not trying to do the things that we wanted to do. And Geelong, a great side, have been up there for so long. You got to make your moments count, and unfortunately they were just too good. You got to tip your hat sometimes, and well done to the Cats.
Good attitude.
Gee,
I'd be bitter as hell.
the fan. That's why you are not an athlete. The fans.
He's definitely
Many
not an
reasons.
athlete.
It's one of the many reasons.
The Cats fans were definitely outnumbered here. It must be. I mean, look, gather round's awesome. All the teams are here, but geez, it must be nice playing in front of a home crowd here at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, the Oval is spectacular. Our first 2 games we had 43,000, 46,000, and in comparison, it sounded like 70,000 at the G.
Yeah.
When we would get 70 there, and I don't know, you're just so grateful to come to this great stadium, and being an Adelaide boy, coming back now and living here and seeing
Yes.
what gather round means to the state.
Yeah.
It's very, very special.
I mean, it is a great stadium, right? So for anyone listening to this in Melbourne who hasn't been to Adelaide Oval, there's this extraordinary stadium, and then there's the back half, which looks underdeveloped, right? It looks like they forgot to do
I love it. It's the
do
hill.
a quarter of it, but it's the hill, and that is part of the heart and soul of this stadium,
where you're
isn't
gonna
it?
have a few
So
West
what
Ends.
happens on the hill, guys?
Oh, you don't
You
talk
tip
about
it-
what
you
else
tip
on
many
the
I
in.
haven't been up there. I've only been on the ground, on the
What
Hello
happens
Turf.
on the hill? Is that where everyone stands?
That's where the best sledges come from.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think if you were to look at the ground where sells the most beers, that
The
little
hill.
pocket there is where they make the money.
Are you going to get to some of the games this weekend, or
Nah, I won't get to any of the games, but we got our
you need
community.
tickets? We can probably try and hook
Our
you up.
community. Thank you, mate. I've got the community visits midday today
Right.
across the Oval, which I'm looking forward to, seeing what the footy means to not only the South Australians here, but everyone who's travelled. So it's a
And you're a
great
dad.
vibe. Yeah, I'm a girl dad.
Yeah.
It's
Girl
been
dad,
incredible.
baby Zara.
Congratulations, man.
Baby Zara, she's 14 months and absolutely thriving.
Oh, so sweet.
Well, as a premiership player for the Demons, when the D's come knocking in an AFLW sense, I hope that she'll be pulling on the red and blue.
Yeah, I hope so. If she loves footy, she loves footy, but also at the same time, she loves swimming. So you never
really?
know.
Oh,
20,
swimmer.
2054 Olympics, look out.
Yes.
2054.
I just
Where
made
are
that up,
they?
mind you.
Stage, Dad.
Hey,
Hello.
Brisbane somewhere? No, that's not that far away. Hey, have you been out to the new ground in the Barossa Valley? It looks awesome.
No, I haven't been, but I've seen some images. Wowee. The curators in Adelaide, they do a great job. I don't know if you've seen all the other ovals, even the parade at Nord, luscious grass. And this
But that was just a patch of grass. We had Laura Kane on before, and she was saying a year ago it was a patch of grass. The Premier went out there and said, we must have a stadium in Barossa for Gather Round. So within a year, they've built like a footy oval and a stadium. I have a very small 3-bedroom house that took that long to get
the bathroom's still
started.
getting done.
Like how? Well, this Premier in South Australia is
gets stuff
magic.
done.
He gets stuff done, doesn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't muck around, and his passion for sport is incredible.
What's his name again, Lauren?
Mamanascus.
Mamanascus. What'd you
What's
call
his
him last
name?
night?
Adam
I
Ramanauskas,
called him
you called
Adam
him. It's
Mamanascus.
Peter Malinauskas.
Peter
He was an Essendon player, wasn't
He was,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, he was. He wasn't the Premier.
Yes.
Have you had him on, have you?
No, he declined.
He's too good for
He's
us.
too busy for us. He's too busy building stadiums.
He's too handsome for us. Hey, Nibbler, congratulations again on the move, but I miss you. I just had a text from my dad who says, I miss Nibbler.
You were heartbroken
I
when you
was.
left. We even went to the merch shop yesterday to buy
Your
Alex
badge.
Neil Bullen
Did ya?
badges.
All the Melbourne stuff's half price. It's amazing.
He was sold out. His badge was sold out.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's how popular he is.
$8 for a badge, couldn't get one.
It's a silent ego boost, isn't
Bit
it?
of family around, I reckon.
He's an Adelaide boy.
Hey, mate, thanks for jumping on this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys. Enjoy your weekend in Adelaide.
Oh, we will. Hey, before we get out of here,
Oh,
we got
yes, when we
got
go for a wine in the Barossa Valley.
surprise little guest. Doesn't get any more Melbourne than this, does it?
Absolutely. The Shane Warne Legacy heart checks are happening here at the Adelaide Oval, but the good news is you can get checked at many major sporting events, including the Boxing Day Test in Melbourne. Jackson Warne, Shane's son, joins us. Great to
mate.
see you, Jacko.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for jumping on.
The
No,
health
thank you for
test is
having
great.
me.
I did it. Was
Did
awesome.
you?
You've
yeah,
done
I did
the
it.
heart
Yeah,
tests?
I did. It took hardly any time. Put the arm in, got the blood pressure checks. My sister was at me about it.
Yeah.
Great.
And it was awesome because I typical bloke,
Yeah.
kept putting off going to the doctor.
And feel happy with your results?
Yeah, 100%. They get sent to you, so I had them on email. It was awesome.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We want it to be easy, efficient, free, done in literally under 5 minutes. And so we've actually found so many people yesterday were just saying, thank you for being here, thank you for talking about it, thank you for spreading heart health awareness, and just the access that it's available to anybody, anywhere.
And
if you're not in Adelaide, just go straight to our website, the Shane Warne Legacy website, put in your postcode, and you find the closest one to you.
It's a shame you've got to slam it in front of people's face to do it.
I know, but you make it
unfortunately,
easy. and
That's us
people-
Aussies. We're lazy,
Exactly
especially
right.
blokes. You know?
It's called the Shane Warne Legacy, and my gosh, what a legacy he has left, and you're continuing. You must be so proud of this organisation, the work you were doing. You're a young man who has gone through something terrible, and you've just made this beautiful thing out of a tragedy because you're helping so many other people. You must be so proud of that.
Yeah, we're super proud, and I think we had to, when it happened, we had to find a way of how we could turn what was such a sad and negative into a positive, and the only way to do that was to try and help and make sure as many other families and people don't get the same phone call we got. So when we got approached with the idea, how about we have these heart machines to spread awareness for heart health, etc., we were like, yes, that is such a nice feeling, and for the first activation for it to be a Boxing Day, and now to also be a Gather Round for the second year in a row is awesome.
Your dad would be so proud of you.
Thank you. He'd be also very proud of the Saints. He'd be proud of the Saints.
yeah,
which
I
brings
reckon he'd be a little disappointed that you have a quiet birthday party. But
building Lego.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what we did for his 50th birthday? Everybody thought, oh, massive party, all this sort of
Yeah.
stuff. But for his 50th birthday, we were in London. We ordered 100 garlic dough balls from Pizza Express and watched Back to the Future. You were telling me you're just building a Lego from
Now that's
Back
living.
to the Future.
That's
Exactly.
living.
What's
Exactly.
a garlic dough ball? We must try one.
Yeah.
No, we're a bit behind. We talk about Adelaide being a bit behind, but we're a bit behind in terms of the rest of the world because they've got these pretty much dough balls with garlic butter and is the best thing you've ever had.
In London,
So if
exclusive
you're
to
in-
London.
I'm not sure if it's
Pizza
exclusive
Express.
to London,
I'll
but
be
the
honest,
restaurant's called Pizza
I
Express.
struggled on the 1 hour flight coming here yesterday. I don't think I could do the flight
yeah,
to
you
London
don't.
for the
No,
dough
I'm
balls.
not sitting next to you on the way. You're catching the bus home from
You got to
Adelaide,
wear
so-
that though if you're on the flight. You have to wear that.
Jack-
Jackson,
outfit's
now
shocking, isn't it?
your dad was a big Saints man. I know one of your sisters is a Collingwood supporter.
Yeah.
Where do you
How
sit?
did that get through?
I sit with St Kilda.
You are? Okay,
There was a
cool.
brief period in my life which we don't talk about where I loved Matthew Lloyd, so I started going for Essendon.
Oh,
Then I
that's
fell in love with
right.
Matthew
Dirty
Pavlich
word.
and started going for Fremantle.
Oh.
But that all happened within a year. So now I'm back
You're
to the
just a bit
Saints.
confused.
Yeah, I was a bit confused. I'm back to
It was
the
a
Saints.
stage.
Yeah, it was a
And
stage.
They're doing well at the moment. They're flying.
We are. We're doing very well. We're 3-1. Hopefully, can go 4-1 this weekend. We always do this though. We start really, really well, and then we just fade.
Yeah.
So hopefully this year we just be consistent and we play well. But it was a great night last night. Great first game to gather round.
It was awesome, wasn't it?
Awesome.
Gather Round is just so fun.
It's a cool vibe.
I'm loving it.
Hey,
we are coming every
the apple
year.
doesn't fall far from the tree, does it?
No, we loved your dad. We love you.
Having interviewed him so many times before.
You're very similar.
Thank
Do
you.
you get that a lot?
I get that a lot, and I've only just started, as I've gotten older, watching more of the older footage when he was in his late 20s,
Yeah.
early 30s. Videos I've never seen before.
Oh.
Just I've noticed
How
some
cool.
mannerisms, how he talks, how he says a few words. I've gone, I
Well,
also
that's
say
me.
it like that. And H, who I'm also with, just noticed she was reading my
Beautiful
phone
Helen
of me
Nolan.
sending a message, and I've reading it over, making sure I've got the commas and exclamation marks in the right place. H went, oh my God, you're so much like your dad. He used to read a message for 10 times before he sent it. And H, so that was just one of the things as well. But
Oh, that's so sweet. Well,
Can I ask, and you don't have to answer, mate, I lost my dad a couple of years ago as well, and yeah, whether you believe in it or not, sometimes, everyone's got that thing where it's almost like a sign that they're watching you. For us, it was like a feather, and we'd go fishing and there'd be a feather just in the boat, when
Yep.
we're going fishing. My boys were like, it's great, it's Granddad watching us.
Yeah.
Have you got something that triggers memories or
definitely
he's watching
and
over you?
Definitely, and sorry to hear about your dad.
Thanks,
but
mate.
we see signs every single day. Like, for example, I was just talking to Rui, and we were talking about Dad. We were talking about Augusta because the Masters had just started, and we brought up Dad's hole-in-one. As soon as we finished the interview, 8:23, and so I see signs
23.
everywhere. He's in the clocks. He's everywhere I look. I see signs. I always find myself when I'm driving, adding up the numbers of the number plates
It's a
to
nice
see if it adds
feeling.
up to 23. But yeah, I see signs every day. I feel him every day. Still think about him every day. So even though he's not here physically, he's definitely still here in spirit.
Good on you, mate. And honestly, the work you guys are doing with these tests, that you're literally
Well, it is a
saving
legacy.
lives.
It's a legacy,
Yep,
right?
and you're saving lives.
Exactly, we are saving lives, and I'll always think Dad's legacy will be cricket. I'll be a bit biased and say greatest ever Australian athlete. But now to add another layer to that legacy, which is saving lives, like we've already met people that said because of these health checks when they were here last year, since then they've gotten stents, and now they're here, and they told me Shane Warne saved my life.
wow.
So
Tell
I
us
think-
again, Jackson, what is the website if people aren't, obviously we're here in Adelaide at Gather Round, but for those listening back in Melbourne, how can they find out where to do the
Yep.
heart
So
check?
for during Gather Round, we've got 45 machines here all across Adelaide. But for anybody that's not in Adelaide, if you go straight to our website, shanewarnelegacy.com, type in your postcode and you'll find the closest one to you, because we also have over 350 machines all around the country.
Wow.
Well done. Well,
Good on you,
like
Jacko.
we said before, your dad would be so proud of you. He was a great man. We loved him.
He's
We
great.
loved
Great Victorian.
Mate,
Love
you get
having you
those
on the
dough
show
balls
this
out from
morning.
London
I
into
know.
Melbourne, and you can pretty much hang up.
I
your
think
Maybe
boots.
that's a gap in the
legacy.
market. Maybe
Now that's a legacy.
that's a legacy. Dough balls. Yeah. No, thank you guys.
Good on you, mate. Thanks
Jackson
for popping by.
Warne, well done.
Guys, that is it. We are getting out of here. Just having a look around at our team and everyone who's joined us on this trip. They are ready to launch.
Yes.
We are going off on 2 weeks holiday to get over today. We will be back in a couple of weeks, but
will be.
go the Pies tonight.
Yeah,
Enjoy
dare
the
I
footy.
say, go the D's tomorrow. We need a win.
Oh, I don't even know when Richmond's playing, but good luck, Tigers.
They might be playing half time in Little League.
Enjoy Gather Round. Thank you so much for having us here in Adelaide and at Adelaide Oval. All the socials are up. You can go and check out all the action.
Yes, and if you're in Melbourne, we'll be back shortly. Enjoy the sunshine this weekend. Enjoy the weather. It is just a beautiful place to live, Melbourne. I'm
30.
loving Adelaide, but I can't wait to get home.
We're bringing home the good weather, Melbourne. Have
We'll
a
see you
great
in a
weekend.
couple of weeks.
Stay safe.
See you soon. Bye.
Jason Lauren.
Jason Lauren. Wake up feeling good. Follow them on the socials.